Splyce and FaZe Clan, that is our next matchup here at Cross Division, the very first day of these 2 weeks before we head off to playoffs, CWL Miami. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Pac-Man, and Study here on your desk. I want to focus up on Splyce first, because we touched on it a little bit in our last desk segment, Pac-Man, but they brought in Hook, and everyone's kind of been talking about Hook and Temp, and this being a huge, I mean, would you say a huge upgrade for them?
Yeah, major. Hook's one of the best players in the world. So he's pretty much an upgrade to every single roster that exists except outside of 100 Thieves.
He's one of the 5 glitches.
Yeah, he's an absurd pickup for them. It's just a matter of them meshing teamwork-wise, come together. Eventually they will. They'll be disgusting.
Do you think, well, we'll get to see a little bit of that teamwork here in just a couple minutes, but Nameless, going into this, what are you expecting out of their teamwork? Already there, maybe a little bit to work on?
I mean, they're going to have a ton to work on, obviously. They're going up against FaZe, who's a very solid respawn team, so they're going to get tested. I think it's just going to come down to them figuring out what maps they are really going to excel at with this roster. I think the AR maps might be a little bit of a struggle because somebody's going to get taken out of their element on this team. I think it's probably going to be Looney, right, that runs that second ICR. So yeah, they're going to have to figure out, you know, what maps that they're strong on, like if they're ever going to play Arsenal, if they're ever going to play Gridlock, like what's going to be their auto veto. But in terms of this roster, like the sky's the limit. Like this team can be the best team in the game. They have the talent, they have the experience, they have so much firepower on this roster. I expect them to be fantastic.
If Looney is good with the second ICR, they're going to be a problem because they're going to have ridiculous vetoes. Like just like 100 Thieves, it's just hard to veto against them. If Looney is successful as that second ICR role, what do you veto against this team? Because you don't want to put Hook and Temp on frequency. I think they're going to veto Seaside themselves. So if they're good at those other maps, man, it's just going to be super tough.
Okay, Study. So again, Hook is being loaned from Team Envy for the rest of the 2019 season to Splyce. But is it, in your time as a player, was it ever hard to maybe go from one team and their pacing to a new team and their pacing and how they play? What's that adjustment period like?
Well, the way that Envy played was they were the slowest team.
Right.
We went into a listening one time when they were playing here at Pro League, and Hook was calling go, go, go. He was coming on spawn, he was the first one to go. And that's something you don't really expect out of one of your glitches that we say. Like, you want people to be baiting in front of this guy. He would be able to get that 2-piece for you. And now switching over to Splyce. Now he has Temp. Now he has Jerk. These guys are freakishly fast at whatever they do. And the pace that he's going to be able to keep up, just knowing that you're going to have players that are actually wanting to bait for you. Like, we had conversations yesterday with Danny and Aqua. Both of those guys are like, wait, if Hook's behind me, I'm 100% going in first. He's going to be able to guarantee that 2-piece, and that's just something that Hook hasn't seen for at least the last month or so, you could say, final 2 weeks of Pro League and even at Anaheim. He just wasn't getting enough people to just slide in front of him. He was just that main person just going in first, and I'm really happy and really curious to see how he's going to be doing with this team because the combination between him and Temp might be extremely deadly.
Looney said that was a problem when Hook first joined the team for scrims, is that Hook was doing too much like that he didn't have to do. He was going first when he didn't have to go first. And Looney's like, listen, you're Hook. If I'm there, I'll slide in front of you. Trust me. I was like, yeah, man, just let it, like, trust us to go in front of you. We want you alive. We want you to be that guy. I guess on his last team, he felt he had to go in. He had to try to pop a 2-piece. Clearly was not working for Envy. So he just has to adjust to his new position on this team.
I mean, everybody on this team is a difficult kill on the map.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting any easy kills on these guys. So yeah, I think that they're going to be very good. And I think that they have a nice system in place that Nosen was able to come in and they were fine. Like they were a solid roster. So I think you teach Hook that system, teach him actually how to play the game because Envy clearly didn't know how to play. And he's going to be an incredible talent in addition to this roster. Once that system's in place, they'll be great.
But Nameless, they are going up against FaZe Clan here in this series, and FaZe Clan did get 4th place at CWL Anaheim. Very nasty, had a very good showing there. So this is a challenge right out the gate for them. It's not like they're you know, getting an easy matchup to start things at all.
I mean, FaZe should be the favorite in this match for sure. Like FaZe is, look at that, 20-4 hardpoint record. Their search and destroy obviously was still a problem, especially at the last event. And you know, Zero had like the best tournament I've seen him play since he got an MVP award. And I just think that this team, if they were good at search, they can just be so much better. They're like one search away from being in a fantastic position to get to a final.
Also, the play that Celium has just become over the time that we were saying. Since his first event, then he went to Pro League, was able to develop more than at Anaheim. Just averaging the stats that he was doing, 1.24 in hardpoint, 1.31 in control. That's something we weren't really expecting because we saw him that first time versus Out the Gaming. He basically had a point, what, John? A 0.4 or something like that?
Yeah, like a 0.4.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. And just like the progression he's made as a player up to now has definitely been improvement. Just the team overall, it's just clicking very well. If they can just fix their S&D going into these last 2 big tournaments, they'll be a really good team as well.
Pac-Man, to that point, both of these teams, I believe, need 3 wins here to qualify for the playoff bracket in Miami and avoid that play-in bracket. So that's a lot riding on this first matchup between these two.
Yeah, it's huge for both these guys. I think for FaZe, it's probably bigger. For Splyce, they're trying to figure out what they are as a team. So I think FaZe needs to come out and win this match. I think for Splyce is actually a great first match to have.
Yeah.
Because if you come out and take respawns off FaZe, even if you lose, you know, like, all right, we're solid. We just need to fix these things. If you beat FaZe, now you're like, we just beat one of the team 20-4 at Hardpoint. They're one of the best teams in the world. All right, now we just have to figure out how to win this tournament. Like, this is a great match to have first for Splyce, in my opinion.
All right, looks like we are ready to get things started. Splyce, FaZe Clan with Mild and Momo.
Thank you very, very much, Desk. Indeed, it is going to be Splyce, FaZe Clan. And of all the matches today, I think this is one of the ones that I personally am most excited for. Again, we get Temp and Huke in the same squad, and it's been talked about enough on the Desk, but it's going to be mean, friends. It's going to be very mean.
It's going to be exciting as well. And I think the exciting part about this game is, yes, we've got the new Splyce. It's looking very exciting. But this FaZe roster, again, is a little bit of a new roster in itself. You know, they performed very well in recent tournaments, competitions as well. But going up against Splyce, you're going to kind of get that battle, which used to be, you know, Jordan Nolson versus your Zero and Scraps. And now things have got a little interesting as they've added a little Nuke to the squad. Nuke, a.k.a. Huke, Splyce versus FaZe, though, will start on Gridlock Hardpoint. And we have a very wide array of maps here coming in through Control, Search and Destroy, and maybe a little more Hardpoint later on. And I think it's important just to touch on, the Desk kind of said, coming into this, FaZe should be the favorite. This is the team that I've kind of gone for, and I just think Splyce have not had a lot of time to practice with this new squad, but boy, am I excited.
I think for me, the biggest takeaway here for Splyce is like, this is the most fantastic practice they could be asking for against, you know, FaZe. You really get to push your Hardpoint to the limit. You get to see how quick the Search and Destroy against a team that may not be as great, and the Control match in itself is going to be very exciting nonetheless. Either way, friends, here we go. Map number 1. 3rd series of the day here at Pro League. Get involved online, CWL, PS4 is the hashtag. So far, so good for FaZe. They open up off the rip, as is to be expected. You know, we've seen new heights reached by this squad, and I'm still disappointed we haven't had to see FaZe versus 100 Thieves at the Hardpoint. But who knows, Miami's just around the corner.
It's got to happen.
We're going to get it this week across division, but I want to see it at the tournament. Here we go.
In the tournament, a little bit different. One thing to know out, guys, going into this one, you'll notice there, Jerd and Huke, obviously known for their grab slams and the grapples. We see Jerd rocking the Tempest, so just keep your eyes out for that one. Looks like the specialists have been dealt in accordance to Huke with the slam and Jerd Tempest, but pushing on forward. FaZe get a majority of that middle, and looking at that rotation, it is favoring FaZe as well. You're going to see 2 players, Looney and Huke. Huke actually just alone for now on the outskirts as Looney goes down in Ice Cream. A strong hold for FaZe both on the first and now second Hardpoint.
Yeah, Huke's going to be the only player contesting the front there, making his way forward. Still Scraps on your screen. Keeping Huke back. 250 away from streets now. Let's see how we go on the hold. Now, second Hardpoint is in the hands of FaZe. Let's have a quick Astro Gaming listen in with FaZe Clan themselves.
Yeah, you got your
Make sure you hold front. Front as well, front as well, front as well. Make sure you hold front.
got one. Nice, nice.
Front.
18 absolute. 2-0, 2-0.
That's one out. That's one out. That's one out. I'm back. Bust up. You want bust up. China. 2v1. Rotate. I'm rotating.
One shot front. We front. Aqua on the back. No. Pitch it front.
Just stay ready. One's ice cream.
One's in towers.
On teamers.
My bad, bro. Wait, one shot. Made him run away.
Wait. I'm Yo, Tommy's solo pinching. Everyone
Rising. Watch out. Blue chuck.
Fox is in tower, sorry.
One hit mid.
Easy.
We got splits.
A fantastic second Hardpoint there from FaZe here on Gridlock, and now we go into the 3rd, straight over towards Tree. And so far, so good for Splyce. Able to get themselves back into the mix, back onto the scoreboard, but can they go all the way? Again, the excitement around Huke and Temp so far on a map together has been not necessarily lackluster, but we're starting to see things start to heat up, and oh my, it almost got scalding there. But Huke comes back for more. Temp, the other side of that very dangerous coin, comes to help the day, and now we have 20 seconds left in this Hardpoint. And after all that excitement, let's have a quick Astro Gaming listening with Splyce.
Look at left side dub.
I'll push.
Take our time. He naded.
Take
Take our time. What's tree?
I need help. I'm in the back.
What's tree? What's tree though? Two tree.
Lucky tree.
Right corner. Scraps weak.
Grappled in the back.
Scraps right corner. Two right corner.
Yeah, back.
Run away, Color.
They're pushing you, Color.
Get trouble.
One front.
One more dub on me. Ace him. Got two.
Nice
He's gonna hit me on the back.
Finesse. I see the dub cross. He didn't cross the dub on you.
Body granny's hurt. Tailium, back up to the left.
Go back fire. One's back alley. Back alley.
Fire. Tree. One.
Got one. One's back alley.
Back alley dead.
Yo, you want low ladder.
Close front.
Low ladder.
Stay alive, sir.
Hold on.
Nice job.
No, live, Color, keep pulling that, Color. I'm going mid, guys.
Take our time. What's gonna be back alley maybe?
Or it might be
I'm
close.
starting to go.
I'll look back alley.
Trophy now.
I have ice.
Back alley. Dead.
Nice, good job.
Clausy hurt.
Need some mommy?
Back door.
One shot.
There, two on stairs.
I have help.
Clausy hurt.
One more. Ace, one shot.
You're alone. You're gonna look over him soon.
Run back
They
in.
did it.
One shot.
Yo, hit left, someone.
Yeah, I'll try. That's gonna be whole.
Yo, I'm trying to finesse. I'm just holding ice.
You could go deep rocks.
You top on me?
Nice.
I'm on top.
He's on you, Dan. Trying to help you.
I have top chairs. Top chairs. One shot. Zuma.
I'm looking top chairs.
Picking up right pinch.
Splyce trying to gain control of the house isn't going to work out for them as they back on up now to the middle and go for the second rotation of Hill. 63 to 123 though, as FaZe do leap here, should I say. Celium there, 12 kills to his name and nearly got the Tempest here. And you hear obviously Splyce kind of, trying to break their way in. A lot of finesse going here and there, and meaning just really stay alive, stay on your toes, and don't give up any positioning, but it doesn't work out for them.
Interesting to note already so far in terms of Splyce in the KD department. Obviously Temp going off 11 and 7. We've got Hugh at 10 and 8. The interesting number for me now is Looney at 5 and 10. And I just genuinely believe that Looney, there are not enough kills on the map for Looney to get right now. The way his team's playing, Aqua 10 6, 8-9 for Jerd just before being taken down there for the 10th death. But still, FaZe, they are holding this one by the horns, and they are running this so far. Still, 120 leading 102. We are going to see that final few moments of the central hardpoint go down. FaZe now making their way into the back end towards next. Jerd up front, contesting quickly. He's going to find one kill there. He's got another one around the corner, which Aqua's going to pick up. So far, this is actually going to be a perfect flip straight into the hands of Splyce. They did not manage to do this in the first hardpoint rotations, and now in the second, success.
And I think this is the important thing to take away is we know FaZe. FaZe have been so strong at hardpoints. Like, this is the team to beat. We saw going into it, what was it, 20 and 4 on hardpoint? We're looking at a brand new roster. We're looking at a roster that should have holes, should have weaknesses, and that is Splyce right now. Yes, they have 5 of the best players in the world on their squad, but should they be able to just come in and win hardpoints against a team like FaZe Clan? The answer is no. But what they're doing right now is kind of proving exactly how good that they can be on paper and in the game as well. 139 to 124 here. You're going to start to see those specialists come in. Hugh has that slam. Aqua close to the vision pulse, but Looney and Temp will hold the front line here with 18 seconds. Rotation is about to set in.
90 points away from streaks is going to be Aqua, currently on a 4-kill spree. Hugh watching the back. And again, the rotation's going to be going down. FaZe in position already towards the next hardpoint. Jerd, the lone man on the other side of the map, trying to lock down the back. Temp's making his way in right through mid-map as well. Finds himself an opening kill on Zuma, who's looking the other way, and that is going to be one down. Slow and steady now as Salt begins in the back end now for the players on Splyce. Asim Cilium's going to start lighting up that kill feed. Lightning strike now for Aqua, still alive and kicking on point. Shots come through, can't get any more out of it. And Hook, he's trying to make his way now onto the point. But again, the break has been stopped for now, quelled if you will, as the rebellion is over. Still Splyce with the lead. FaZe looking to get back in this, but Hook's lining up the slam.
Concussed for now. Tempest is out. Trying to combine the two. Concussion. Tempest doesn't connect. Tempest goes down. That's going to be Self. You can Temp, though. Combine for 2. Jerd gets into the fun, the mix, and my goodness, there we have it. Splyce in, out, taking the last 20, and now they're pushing through. This is the problem for FaZe Clan. This aggression, they need to hold these spawns. You see number 6 spawning out, number 4 as well for Splyce as well. So a bit of a split spawn on both sides, but look at Aqua. Look at Looney spawning right by the house. This is absolutely manic, and Scraps is dealing with it just fine before getting taken down here. This couple of kills, though, this is the crucial ones.
And this is what happens when you make a solid team change, when you add a player like Hugh to a roster that's already so fundamentally sound. You have these insane 1v1 moments where gunfights are going to be going your way. We've got 2 just insane players in the form of Temp and Hugh. See if they can't keep this going. FaZe, moments away from taking the lead if they can hold on. Number 3's making his way in slowly but surely. Hugh has once again managed to infiltrate the lines of FaZe. He will go down. The lead will change. Tac 5 comes through for FaZe, bolstering the defenses. Here comes 2-man push right through mid for Splyce. 30 seconds left on the clock. Scraps locking down the back end. Aqua's going to take 1 in the front. The gunfight's now being brought very much to the front door of that hardpoint for FaZe, but they are going to hold again.
Slane side on either side, pretty even here. Let's not forget how strong FaZe are at Hardpoint. Splyce so far, though, bringing the firepower, trying to take down the mighty FaZe clan at the most favorable game mode. Selling scraps, though, combining for triples, and they will retain the Hardpoint. Now with the rotation, for the third time here, we're going back to the middle, and it does look like Aqua is the only one for Splyce in there, and so actually going to be FaZe clan who take it straight away. Specialist, though, what have we got? War Machine for scraps, and on the flip side here, we may have just one for Splyce, and that's Hugh Slam Jerd, though. He does have the Tempest.
Yeah, perfect use of the streaks there to just clear out mid. They're going to get a couple of kills with it. He's going to go straight back into the hands of FaZe. Asim on point, slams at the ready. Not sure if he can pop it from that stage. He's up. He finds one just before dying. Hugh's going to keep the push alive just before getting cut out. That's a perfect timed kill. As Jerd now making his way forward. Tempest at the ready for him if he wants it. Had to give up that slam to Hugh, now joining the roster. See if the Tempest for Jerd is anything to be sneezed at. Up top, Zuma goes down from the slam. The contest is there. It's over. Final 20 seconds are done now, and Splyce are going to have control.
Splyce having the last 15 seconds. He's going to put them to about 190, but they've actually got the rotation. This is the more important thing. If you think about that second rotation, Miles, this is where they got their lead. This is where they can really put the nail in the coffin, and yes, we should be able to see a rotation to Showers as well, but look at the mini-map. One player spawning out. That's going to be Hugh himself, currently sat 21 and 21. Not so impressive on the kill-death ratio, but the actual interactions of this man. 42 to his name compared to the rest of his team. Absolutely insane so far, but Aqua, talking to KD, 26 and 15. Strong so far. They need to hold the line, though. FaZe still with the lead.
We saw Jerd's Tempest come out there, again, trying to just buy that space there as they make their way towards the next hard point. 200 points have been crossed now for Splyce. War Machine at the ready. Up high, finds zero. It's going to clear out the back. That's going to be safe for the time being. FaZe pushing through underpass. Aqua's going to find two. That's huge. And there's one more now. Has he got teammates to help him out? Here comes the comms. Selim's going to get cut to ribbons. That's big. Splyce defend the front line. Temp locks down the back. And it's been a perfect hold for Splyce.
You see Splyce narrowly take the lead now. However, Showers, we talked about the previous hardpoint. One is currently still on house. Splyce bit back. FaZe clan held the Showers for a good portion, and they can actually win it here. It can end on Showers. We should be able to see these streaks, or should I say specialists. War Machine at the ready for both teams. Temp. Scraps. It's getting fired either side. You should be wearing flat jacket at this point. No one's used it. It's going to connect. Scraps finds a second.
And they're lining up as they make their way towards Scraps, and there's trophy systems absolutely everywhere. There's no chance any projectiles of Splyce are going to be able to make their way onto that point. Well covered, and this is it. Temp, he's got nothing to do before his teammate comes through and cleans it up. So now they're trying to find some impact here. 5 seconds for the win. FaZe are on point. You got to contest. You got to keep the run going. But FaZe do what FaZe will always do. They win the first hard point.
So strong in the game mode. However, FaZe were challenged. We've seen FaZe wipe out teams very, very easily, very comfortably as well. Splyce put up that challenge. Splyce had the lead for a little bit of that game there. Very exciting to see. A very new roster, and I'm excited to see these guys develop and see how their respawn goes on. Because you look at this team, you think, respawn heavy, much like FaZe.
Yeah.
But going into the Search and Destroy, again, you look at a team which has just come off the back. We have 2 tournaments, you know, plenty of S&D practice here. FaZe should go into this the favorite again.
Yeah, they should indeed. Our scuff play of the game, friends, is going to be the final moments of that first hard point. Now, again, we talked about the rotations going the way of FaZe, and again, it was always going to come down to Showers. Tree was a brilliant hard point for them to hold. They did a good job here on post, but nonetheless, FaZe locked that one down. I think there were 3 trophy systems there, just covering every possible angle in the final few moments there on the last hard point. Temp's War Machine and his nade, we're going to find very, very little until those trophies are gone, and easy holds for FaZe.
And it's interesting at this very point here, Splyce are out slaying FaZe by maybe 10+ kills, but we've seen time and time again when Zero and Scraps are on red reserve, you know, even the old FaZe roster. These are teams which were able to prevail whilst being outslayed. Now, coming to the end of this, and where FaZe does, of course, catch up on the kills, is right now in the Showers. The trophies were crucial. The War Machine, obviously, from Scraps and Temp didn't really do much. I think Scraps connected with 1, maybe 2, but FaZe Clan rounded out the lead here. 250 to, I believe, 238. Nice play by FaZe.
Great play by FaZe, and again, as you said, it's very interesting to see, you know, just how well this team met up. And here we go, up just by the start of the matchup. Jess actually had a quick catch-up with Scraps of FaZe. Jess, what do you have to say?
Thank you, Miles. Well, Scraps said that he is excited to be here. He actually said he knows what Hook can do, and looking at this match versus Splyce, he said, well, you know, with Hook on their team, they just got 10 times better, but we're excited. over on the side of Splyce, I did catch up with Temp, and of course I asked him about Hook as well. He said it is the start of greatness. I said, well, you've got Hook on your team now, so you about to fry? He said, yep. I said, do you even need anyone else? He said, nope. He goes, win or lose, it's the start of greatness. So that's all I've got. Miles and Momo, back over to you.
I don't think anyone could have put it any better than Temp just did. That it is the start of greatness again for a lot of these rosters that we've already seen today. For LG, you know, for the new UIU, it's the beginning of something special. But Temp's, he's so confident, and he should be, man. I mean, when you put Hugh next to him, the potential now for them to just steamroll teams of a lower caliber, teams that can't necessarily play, you know, the hardpoints as well as FaZe. I mean, they're just going to get rammed when it comes to those respawn modes. But still, the Search and Destroy coming up next is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. FaZe, it is definitely not their strongest game mode. They have made leaps and bounds in London, where it was basically, you know, a coin toss.
No, it was basically a giveaway. It was like, we'll see you on map 3 and 4.
But you never knew. You were like, well, they could show up and be great. And then we saw what the countless, you know, round 11s in Anaheim. And I think now for Splyce, I mean, this is potentially a win for them. You would expect a team that already has the chops in Search and Destroy, that already has a great, you know, foundation. You add a player like Hugh who just, you know, wins his individual gunfights.
Yeah.
You'd expect greatness. Let's see if they can deliver.
I don't actually disagree with Temp when he says it's the start of greatness. This is a roster which gets me so excited for tournaments to come, and for many reasons. But for the obvious one, just having, you know, Hugh alongside 4 fantastic players already. And the great thing is, and I think what highlights it more is, as we let this first round play out, I'm sure you guys can see it. We actually spoke to Senator of E6, and he was kind of saying, win or lose here, you know, we just, you know, we need to get the practice in. You know, it's not about winning these first initial games. Yes, Pro League, very, very important cross-divisional play. But it's how your team kind of comes out the blocks. And for Splyce against probably one of the top 2 hardpoint teams, so alongside 100 Thieves, they perform fantastically. Now, they've already taken down 2, that being Cell and Asim. So Splyce off to a hot start here in round number 1. Looks like Looney guarding B by himself. Paladin.
And I love this position from everyone on Splyce right now. 1 player is sitting there watching A. That's going to be Aqua. 3 of them have made their way through the back. Now they're going to be splitting off. As you can see, Looney, he's backing up slowly, allowing his teammates to make that flank happen. They're going to be starting to push these numbers straight in towards B as the bomb play is now developing. FaZe have got no other option now. 25 seconds left on the clock. Zuma, Paladin in hand, making his way forward. If the timing were any better, he could have found more out of that one. There we go. Scraps gets the bomb down. He gets riddled with bullets from Jerd. Now Hugh pushing the front line forward as Temp gets that quick defuse come through. Can't get it done. Hugh's going to go down. It's going to come down to Zuma in a 1v4. The shots are there. The defuse is over. The round is done. And Splyce find themselves the first.
Nicely done from Splyce as well. They're only losing 1 player. You saw them retain those concussion grenades for the next round as well, so that'll come in handy here. But it was really a strong start when they found those first 2 kills, Asim being one of them, and that play actually being one of them coming in from Hugh. Interesting. Again, I spoke about, obviously, the specialist at the start of the hard point, how, you know, Hugh was running grapple and grav. Jerd obviously on Tempest now. It's just interesting to kind of see not necessarily the specialist, of course, Search and Destroy, we know how that works, but more of the playstyle. Who's that entry player? Who's going to be the one kind of making that first blood? And just keep your eyes on that mini-map. See Looney being a bit of a lone wolf here to the left-hand side, top side of the mini-map. Jerd being that initial. Jerd being maybe that bait.
Temp finds a bit of a flesh wound for his troubles. Looney, 12 HP. Can't find too much more, and that's an early spot. We like it. Up over the top, the gunfight's now going down in lab, up close and personal. Jerd's going to put down, Hugh's going to put down 0 with a little bit of help from Jerd. 4v2 right now. Splyce, tough scenes. Zuma's going to back on up. Hugh comes down on the last player left alive, and Zuma almost gets it done. The RK7 in that close range with a seam backing him up as well. A round that FaZe could not have lost. They tie it up 1-1.
Something about Zuma sniping just brings me joy, but he was close by all means. Didn't connect here. Cell was actually just tagging up left, right, and center. He only got 2 of the kills, but he was tagging up way more. And FMJ coming through once more.
So helpful. So helpful. And again, I mean, whether it's Cell or whether it's Zero, I mean, the 2 ICRs that are on FaZe right now are way up there for me personally. I mean, they're strong players. They have a huge impact on the map, and especially when it comes to places like that, you know, that top position by B, overlooking those bomb sites. You know, it's crucial to have those players out there dealing with damage. And we go now to round 3.
And I think it's crucial, again, FaZe is a roster now looking for a chip. These guys are looking to win. And again, we saw them, you know, in Anaheim, putting huge numbers up, taking the first 2 maps against Optic, for example, reverse sweep. It happens, by all means. But if they do nail their S&D, if they can become a consistent S&D team, it's kind of scary how good this team can be. And really, the competition 2019, like, spread across how many teams now? it's just so exciting, the amount of teams that we actually have that can win here. But looking for round 3, Splyce and FaZe yet to drop a player.
Ooh.
Until that very moment. Goodbye, Zuma. We'll see you in round 4.
4 players left alive of FaZe. All the way to the bomb site in the back. Zero's going to lock down the rear. Cell's there to back him up. 3-on-3 right now. Aqua trying to take care of the player on the bomb. And Looney, each of he looks right. He lets that player just slip past him. Now it's a 2-on-2. He's got a little bit of room to work with. He has to make the play forward. Great timing on the trade. And now it comes down to a 1-on-1 against Zero at the turn. He's going to get it with the Maddox. Nice round. Exciting round.
Exciting round to end there. You saw the RK7 up close and personal. And Zero coming up with the goods there. You see him take down Huke in this very moment. A snapshot onto his ankles there, and further from that, just find another. Jihad coming in with that shot punch. Missed the shot though.
Oh, man, you know you feel that.
Nothing more frustrating when you punch him, you connect with it, and you're like, ah, missed my bullet. Very few do it better than Jihad though.
I know, and it's...
Havoc maybe. I became a fan of Havoc over Anaheim, my goodness.
Yeah,
I'd say 85% of his skills were a shot punch.
Yo, meet me at you, 1 bullet. That's all you get. Meet me at you.
1 in the chamber, he'd be great at that.
Looney on your screen still, that snipe. Found success in the last round against Zuma. It's like Zuma actually I think he's put that snipe away. Yeah, he's running the Maddox now, so that 1 in the head was enough to sort of deter him and now force a more aggressive playstyle out of FaZe in round 4.
This is interesting from Splyce as well. It's not like they've gone full stack on 1 bomb site here. They've sent 2 to B, 2 through the middle, and temps at A. Temps at B. But they've kind of found out exactly what's going on, decided on 1, left 1 on the flank, that being temp. And now it looks like a bit of a stack onto the A bomb site. Bomb is going down. Bomb has been planted, 45 seconds now. Zuma looking to regroup with his team. Zero does open the account with 1. Aqua goes down, slides across. Temp and Zuma find kills as well. Advantage FaZe.
And not enough, though. Looney can't find that shot. That'd have been huge as well. Nades are up. He's running engineer, so he's managed to clear out any form of resistance. And from behind, a seam finds a nice 2. Zero's 150 away from streaks. That was a great round from FaZe. Decisive. On the defense, the retake was brisk. It was fantastic, and everything fell into place right there, and Zero's very close to streaks now.
And this is such an important time. I think you said at the very start of the series, what better practice, you know, going into like the Miami and Champs. These are teams that are now thinking about what the next 2 months of their career. That is all that really matters. You've got Miami, you've got a lot of money, Champs as well. Kind of crazy stuff to think about, but roster changes have happened. FaZe are a team that has remained the same. And again, now, do I look at this and, you know, say FaZe win the search and destroy, and do you think, yes, they've sorted the search out, or are they just playing a roster which isn't used to playing together? So time will tell, by all means, but FaZe backed themselves another round as we head into round number 5. Staying on board with Zero, just 50 points away from a streak.
You'd love to just get an assist out of this one. Right off the rip, Temp's going to find 1. Trying to finesse his way to another kill. Waiting for teammates to show up. He's not going to be able to get any more in the mid there. That'd have been great, though. I mean, saw the way he played those angles. That was huge. Zero now on your screen. Oh, my. There's your streaks right there. He could find any more. He's going to get traded out quickly, but there's your streaks. That's going to be great. Going in around 6, it's going to be very helpful in a 2v3 right now. Splyce leading the lives.
Yeah, now a big clutch for FaZe here will put them in a prime position to close out this search and destroy with streaks. But Zuma and Asim, they're against the numbers. Aqua, Jerd, Looney. Bomb has been retrieved. I like what Splyce are doing here. Standard wolf pack. When you know you've got the numbers, simply trade out. Looney looking to be that entry with the RK7 looking to be the bait. Trades go down now. 1v1. Aqua takes down AC, but I don't think he could get that slide off. Ugh. He got his heels stuck in the cement, I think.
Yeah, stuck in the mud. Oh, Seam, that stings. He'd love that 1v1 opportunity, but yeah, it happens. You called it Aqua as well. I mean, what would have been easy pickings in a 3v2 when you just kind of deathball your way straight onto a squad. In a fantastic turn of events, FaZe managed to find the life lead. Still. Good round there from Splyce. They needed that. 3-2 now.
Like how Temp has just played his his new associate right next to him. Come here, brother. Sit next to me. It's like your best friend at the lunch table.
Saved your seat. I would never have saved your seat if I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
Would have been first sat down anyway. 3-2.
Looney, what do you got? Any more shots for us? 0 streaks and a 7.
Okay, Superman.
Potential for more here. Oh, come on, Looney. Stop teasing us. Lightning strikes up, and oh, he's going to find one, and he finds loads of damage. Zero's there in position to shoot those players from, he was from vents. Asim's going to get caught in the crossfire. Celium's going to get his head ripped off by Looney, and now it's 3-on-2. Scrap Zero, Zuma. Crossfire comes through. Aqua's going to make it a 2v2. Zuma, he finds another. It's going to be a 2v1. Looney left on his own. He can't quite kill them all. FaZe. What a messy but very fun round.
I think Asim just applauded Zuma there with the RK7. Nicely done. I will say, credit to Zero. What he did with the lightning strike there for you guys at home, he waited and he anticipated exactly what was going down. Placed the lightning strike and he funneled every single player into that very room in front of you there. They were waiting in the mid. They were waiting, pre-aiming it. It was like, oh, okay. Christmas come early. Takes them down. It's all smiles for FaZe Clan. And Zuma cleans him up with the RK7 as well. Play we've not really talked about Scraps yet, and that goes for the Hardpoint as well. How's Scraps doing? 1-5, I know. Last time he was in Columbus, he dropped to Diddly Donut.
Yep.
He's not going to do the same today, but right now, team is in the lead by 2. Round number 7 underway.
I mean, this is a really great turn from FaZe. I mean, this is a competent search and destroy. Big stun up over the top is going to find an attack mask. Not enough to really capitalize on the kill. Zuma still backing on up. Super aggressive round from Splyce. You can see how far forward they push the defense. It all comes down to Looney on the far right-hand side of the map watching B. But that's all good. You can let that one happen. Those taps, I felt those through that screen. 5-2. Zuma goes down. Temp's just going to be watching that player in vent. You can keep him pinned in there. His teammates have got the other side. Aqua's going to be watching this side of front of A, and you've got the backside covered. Here comes the hunt, and it's on. Going to force the kill. All comes down to that player in the vents, and I mean, Scraps, you've got nowhere to run. He's got to fight his way out like a trapped animal. He's been backed up. He's finally going to go down. I mean, of all places to get trapped, vents is the worst. Still, he finds a kill out of that one.
Yeah, that's the best he could hope for. 1 kill, maybe. Aqua and Temp, I will say, the ICRs here locking it down. They were pelting that back window, that FMJ, straight through the wall. I think Temp and Aqua both got kills there, but great teamwork on the long range from Splyce. Also, on the close range, you see Jerd and Hugh combining. I'm excited to see, of course, what we see in control from the boys.
Still thinking about donuts. 3 cookies at lunch I did. It was great. Round 8. Snipes up Looney again. Oh, Zuma these little 1v1s.
That was spot on there.
They're exciting indeed. Hard push right through lobby. Here comes Splyce. Zuma's there. The gatekeeper, he's going to say, no, Jerd, your name's not on the list. Sells like, take your friend, he's underage. Get him out of here. 4v3.
4v3. In game of 4-3 in the rounds here. Slowed things down a little bit as Splyce just trying to bide the time, figure out exactly what they want to do. Bomb is over by A, but number 7, that being Aqua, not really in the best position to plant it. Zero is stuck between the 2 teams here in Vents.
Aqua could catch a kill here. Cell has not really spotted him. Tags are big. If he can get him before he gets the stem through. Great teamwork from Scraps. Now it falls to Looney on his own. Asim can find another kill. Oh, okay, Looney. Do it, man. Just do it.
Ambitious.
He's right there. Here we go. Woo! He went for it. I appreciate the fact that he went for it, but Asim's going to clean that one up, finding himself his 6th kill of the match. And FaZe, so far so good. I mean, how do you feel about Splyce so far, Phil? Honestly.
Honestly,
don't sugarcoat it.
In the respawn, I'm very excited. Search and destroy, it's just simply not been long enough. It's as simple as that. We've not seen enough. They're not being tested by against the best S&D team in the world, but against them in Hardpoint, that does excite me a little bit. One thing I will say though, Scraps, I kind of said we hadn't heard from him. Beautiful bait and switch. He was the player to pick up the 2 kills in that situation, and now him and FaZe just 1 round away from taking the search and destroy, leading the series by 2 and going into control in a very good position. Frag out though. Asim rolls it round the corner.
Doesn't find anything though. Tags are there. Zuma's going to get the first death there for FaZe in a 4v4. And again, we're looking at map point now for FaZe. But nope, can't get it done. Cell's going to back up the running Scraps perfectly. Keeps him alive. A Guardian Angel in a 4v3 right now with a bomb going down. Zero is going to be hitting these players in the back, and the timing could be phenomenal. He's got 2 players who've just overshot that balcony behind him. He's got 1 player in front of him. if he times this right, he could find all 3 of these players as his teammates start to apply the pressure from front. Jet scraps on your screen. Nade goes through. Zero in from behind, undetected. He's completely clear to make the play happen, and he's just going to get it done. FaZe looking confident, looking very cool, looking very calm. And all the other C's as they take down Splyce there in map 2.
Yeah, Splyce do fall there, and a bit of frustration, I'm sure, going out for Splyce. But again, very early on into this new team, the start of something special, as Temp did say, and I couldn't agree more. But right now, FaZe Clan lead the series 2-0.
An exciting test for both squads, of course. You know, FaZe coming off of that Anaheim 4th place finish, and now Splyce putting this new squad to the test against the mighty FaZe. When we come back, friends, Control. Welcome back, friends, to the Call of Duty World League. FaZe Clan currently leads Splyce 2-0. These new rosters for Splyce getting really put to the test, and what a test this really is. FaZe Clan have been corroding them away slowly. I must admit the Hardpoint was a lot closer than we expected, and I mean, to be expected, I don't know. Am I talking out my backside? I think I am. That roster, that Splyce roster.
I think we're all excited about Splyce's new roster. Yeah. That goes without saying. I think it's a little bit too much to kind of expect them to come in and just slam out a team like FaZe. FaZe are a very strong team, a team that a lot of people put in that top 4, top 3 kind of predictions, if you like, when you go to tournaments. So for a team just to make one player change and think they're going to be able to beat them, maybe a bit too much. But Splyce in 2-3 weeks, who knows how good this team can be with practice. Now we're going back to the respawn, where Splyce, pretty strong. FaZe, that little bit stronger, though. Here we have 29-28. The lives are, of course, started at 30. Hugh, though, is going to take 2 away. Can he make 3? Yes, he can.
The movement the movement from Hugh. He's got his skates on and he's zipping around the map. Cell's going to put him down. No top shots for the ICR. Aqua holding the line, keeping the cap coming through. Temp watching the backside there with that ICR. The long-range gunfight finds himself 2 weak. Scraps is up next. Got to finish the kill. Has to finish the kill, and I'm glad he does. The capture continues, though, as Jerd's reinforcements arrive just in time. A little bit of luck of the Irish, and there we have it. Stun's going to be there to slow them down. Great play from Splyce, decisively capturing B.
I think the craziest thing when you look at this new Splyce roster is you've not changed the like-for-like player, you know, an entry player for an entry player. You've taken away Nolson, who was, again, he was kind of the sniper in the surge, the slower player, and you've put Hugh in there, for goodness sake. And it just makes this team very electric, very fast, and very aggressive here, leading the live count by 3 now. Going to be pushing on to A, however. One player has snuck by. That is number, I have no idea, 6. There's so many players around. It's going to be Scraps. He's going to come in. He's going to go down. And now we should start to see the collapse here as Splyce go in. Splyce will be able to take this there. One player in the middle. How's he still alive? I do not know, but he's going to be out there running around, trying to find a couple players as we do see Aqua and Zero trade things out.
Good job from Cell up top. That's going to be a solid hold there on the A for the defense. Going to be able to drain that point. Asim finding another set of kills. 2 back-to-back. For him, Cell's on his 1 streak. Now the aggression mounting slowly for FaZe. They push that front line forward. They start trying to keep Splyce in that back spawn, and that kill is going to help. If they found a second kill out of that, I would not have been surprised if all 4 members of FaZe there on the outside of the player on the point would just start charging forward. Trophies are up, locking down Plat. We have to see a big break now from Splyce. They're going to have to make their way through. What are they going to run into? Zero. Lo and behold, top shots as he finds Temp. Can he find any more? 9-11 currently. Splyce trying to break this iron grip of FaZe.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit weird and kind of jumping back maybe a minute and a half. But that one player who got away from FaZe in the middle, that was Cell. He gets in window, he makes an important kill, and suddenly FaZe are on top. That kill goes the other way, and honestly, I feel like Splyce would have taken this. However, they still can. 8-5 as they come off spawn. The capture's going in. Second tick easily, and the third just around the corner. I don't think they can even make it into the zone. FaZe. Oh, it was a tough-fought battle, but Splyce come out on top, even though they let that chance slip. And I want to kind of go back to that one player that kind of snuck through all the stinky little holes here, found his way out with Cell. Splyce do come out on top, and it's really from that strong entry to B.
Just all it took was 1 solid break there on A at the very, very end. You get a 5-man stack. They capture the point in about 12 seconds. I actually would love to know the exact amount of time it takes from start to finish with 5 players on point. I don't actually know that. Any of you wizards out there on Twitter, or even JP, someone could tell me how quickly it takes 5-man on point for an entire 3-tick capture to happen. Because, dude, Splyce.
8.6 seconds.
Really?
Don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go in round 2.
It's a guess.
I know, mate.
However, it goes up so fast, you're spawning in and you're like, yeah, I'm not getting there.
Well, there was no way.
Is anyone there to challenge? Nope. Anyone got a grapple? Nope. Okay.
FaZe got a few shots off. They couldn't even get near it. Here we go. On the defense. It's been overwhelmed at B. First tick done. Aqua's going to find 1 before being traded out. Temp's trying to keep that top mid presence happening. And again, top mid, we talk about it enough. It's a very, very important place on the map, especially when it comes to control. Temp's going to drain that second tick at B and keep the place safe. Hold the line for now. Can't quite find any more kills. 125 away from streaks. Would have helped, actually, if you managed to drain that last tick. There it is. Gets himself 25 points. Now he's 100 away from that lining.
1 tick on either zone. A nearly has that second. No one there to challenge it just yet. Are they going to chalk it up? Are they going to let it slide? It's an aggressive start into B, but it's switched over to A. A's going to be taken. Zuma poking out. A will be done and dealt with there as we see Asim finding himself another 2. Temp, though, does have a lightning strike now, so close to that all-important war machine as well. See whether he can get that shortly. One player gets away with his life. That's going to be Scraps, but Looney, sharp shots. That guy didn't miss.
He didn't. There's the contest. The cap's starting to work out for FaZe. Halfway through B. As they go. Looney still controlling top mid. Aqua punching through pipes. He can't get a second there. Celium's going to get the right hook in through fast enough. Temp, he takes his way forward. Zero's ICR puts him down. Huke still alive and kicking. The new member of the team is on point and he's ringing out. He's got Jerd backing him up. That's a deadly sword combo if ever you ask for one, but they need to make this break happen now. Splyce, you got to get on the point. You got to contest. Looney's going to be there. Zero's cut down. There's no more ICR, no more long cover. 16 on 16, and they've saved the day for now. War Machine looking to close this round out. Can Temp get it done?
War Machine used. Unfortunately, won't find much, of course, with the flak jacket coming in, but 2 ticks have found their way. Life count now in favor of Splyce. 0 levels it up. 0 makes the lead here, 13 to 12. Can he find Aqua? Yes, he can. As we see Asim coming through, this is where you see the 5-stack. This is where you see that zone go up so fast, Miles. And it is over, thanks to 0 down in the middle. That ICR is meant for long range.
Mate. Bruh. Can we have some bros in the chat? Bruh. Here we go. We're going to get treated to it again. Uno, dos, and here comes the 3rd. Brilliant stuff from 0. Perfect timing for the rest of the reinforcements from FaZe right off the rip. They managed to get there on B, and just goes to show, hop the point, get 3 kills, hop the point.
It's crazy to think that you can have 5 lives against 20 lives. If you make a 5-man drop, you just jump on that point and you're good to go. However, all tied up here in the control. 1-to-1, 30 lives apiece now, as we've seen 2 attacks on B. Looks like Splyce might be going for an aggressive A here.
Yep. Seems in there first though. we heard him. We heard him from here. He's like, hey! They're all here. Zell's gonna get the first kill on his teammate, and there goes the trade. Suit coming out on top of that. Stuns up, and again the presence there on that A point. They're gonna find tons of time, and the Cap can't quite find any more kills. As once again 0 adds another kill to the repertoire. 5 and already back to back. 12 and 9. The defense on A mounting. Cell's gonna lead the charge. Great work from FaZe. No adaptation just yet from Splyce. They're going to keep the play alive at A. Scraps in from behind, does manage to find a bit of damage before going down, and this is great. FaZe are going to hold the front. We're still seeing presence felt, as they aren't giving up on this A push just yet.
Yeah, this is really strong from FaZe. 0 again in the kill feed with another double. Let's just appreciate he's 15 and 9 with an 8-kill streak now.
Oh.
Lightning and Hellstorm, not actually called them in, but he has pinged it to see if maybe they're going to B, and the answer, maybe yes here. Trying to go through the top mid. Zuma and Scraps are going to deal with them. Kill after kill after kill after kill for FaZe Clan. And we see Splyce starting to fall like flies. And this is dangerous, as they've got a lot to play with potentially in the next round.
Why? 25 seconds remain. All possible exits have been covered now by FaZe. They've locked Splyce in their base. The 3 lanes have been covered. But once they find that opening, we've already got number 4 who's managed to make his way another point. Huke once again leads the charge. It's a 4-man stack on A right now. Second tick is done. War Machine's up for Scraps though. They're all tight. They're close. They're like sardines. They're shoulder to shoulder in there. The damage is great. The kill's not quite as Huke finds one. Aqua finds another, and they're gonna get A at 8 to 17.
8 to 17, still a possible chance here. Like I said, as long as you've got 5 lives, Splyce get 5 down here, and it's a different story. And interestingly enough, 0, he invests his streaks, and this is interesting to me because again, it kind of reinforces the point that we're making. 5v17, and you're using a Hellstorm, you're using a War Machine. These guys are making sure that they pick up this round here, but I feel like any more investment would be a little bit of a waste. There's no respawns go through. Cluster will connect with 1. And again, that trade in the bottom left, Zuma and Temp here, just favors FaZe. FaZe are going to spawn on up as Splyce do not. 0 finalizes the last 2, and we go into a round which could be the last of the series, Miles.
0 is having quite the control, friends.
What a beast.
What an absolute unit, bro. Scraps will be gifted the play of the game. They'll be treating our eyeballs to this magic, but 0 really has been the difference maker. Whether it's multi-kills, right place, right time. But it is working out right now for FaZe. Scraps on your screen, there's your boy 0. And FaZe, admittedly, we do give them the advantage here in the series. We definitely give them a strong suit, but I mean, they're making this new roster of Splyce. Are they kind of like quelling any feelings for you? Feel that like Splyce is still going to be the real deal against most teams, but do they have what it takes to crack that like top 3, top 4 position now?
This for me is a series which I don't want to kind of just should. I don't want to put it to the side and go, yeah, it's just because there's a a roster change going on. But we're talking about FaZe Clan, a team that have just performed so well in Anaheim. They've been living it up in LA. Couple days later, but Splyce are a scary team. They're a team with so much potential, and I'm actually so confident that these guys will blossom into a fantastic team. And it's so exciting, of course, with Miami champs around the corner. Splyce now and Splyce in 2 weeks could be 2 entirely different teams.
Well, so there we go. All comes down to B now. See Looney pushing this front line forward. 24-21. Nice life lead for the boys of Splyce. For how long can they maintain it? Temp finds one with the nade. One on a seam. There's a third to be had, but Scraps is a little too tough for that. 2 tagged up. Here comes the Hoover. That is Hook, and he's going to suck him up. Throw him out with the trash.
Hook the Hoover. Didn't think that would have been.
It doesn't have the same ring to it. It's not as catchy, but you know what I meant. 22-17.
Henry still sounds better, but nevertheless, 22-16. Splyce with the lead here. Tempest in action. Huke again with a double. He's 350 away. Not going to find himself streaks. Tempest still going strong here in the hands of Jerd. Has been connecting with a couple, but those players are going to get on up and get on back at it. 24 and 14 for 0. Won't be surprised to see the vision pulse popped if they get any kind of lead here. Any type of map control, but you don't really want to invest that vision pulse to break. You don't want to try and use it just to get back into the game. You want to get control, use that vision pulse, and then be able to close things out. 16 and 12, you may see him just hang on to that one. It's interesting. You look at Splyce, and what do they have?
Oh, they haven't got a whole lot left. Aqua's nearly got himself the vision pulse, but look at this. That's big. 2 come through for Celium. Zero's lightning strike comes through as well, and again a 5-man stack's all it's going to take. We've seen how quickly these points collapse. The first ticket A is complete, 9-9.
Too slow. There's no one there.
It's finished. Run, Splyce! Get to the point as quick as you can, because if you don't, FaZe Clan are going to take it in 3. Temp's there. He's going to find 2 up top for Seam. Still trying to keep the lives going. It's now 5 on 5. It has been stopped for now. 44 seconds. There's only 1 member of Splyce on the defense. There's 5 players left. It's basically search and destroy at this point, friends. 37 seconds left on the clock. Zero opens up the first kill. Zuma's bottom mid now. Huke's gonna trade back. He's still good. He's still kicking. It's going all right. It's a 3-on-2.
3-on-2, 25 seconds. Drops down. He's gonna have to hop back on up. The time is against him because, again, Splyce can now group up, sit around the point. However, from behind, Scraps finds one now, a 1v2. Everything's been invested for this 0 with a positive 12. Can he finish this? 10 seconds left.
If you get 1 kill, it'd be huge. This is for the 3-0. He's going to find nothing. We'll see in round 5. Woo! Splyce. They clutched that up fantastically.
They certainly did. And what they did as well was they made them use their specialists. The Tempest was used. The Vision Pulse from either squad was used. I know it kind of all got a little bit manic there towards the end, but as we go into the final round here of Control, I actually don't think there's any specialists, which kind of excites me as well. Lightning Strike may be available. I'm not too sure whether it was actually obtained, but...
Well, Zero popped one in the final moments. Or in, like, the minute mark, something like that, in the last one there. So we may be out, out of streaks. There's no specialists left. Oh, we're doing this the old-fashioned way, friends. It's big time Tommy says. The old ways are the best ways or something. That guy's hilarious. Here we go.
Huke's close to a slam. Temp is close to a war machine. So, again, you look at this and you kind of think Splyce may be able to just take this one if they can unlock those specialists. But with the way Zero's been playing, it'd be quite hard to do that. Oh, my.
Wow, okay.
Zuma nearly just snapped onto Huke.
Aqua's going to find it there on B. The defense holds for now. A cap almost finished on the first tick. Members of Splyce running through, trying to hold the line as FaZe run across top mid. Temp's going to clear him up. Second tick finished. I think FaZe may have to just give this one up. They may have to let it be.
Slam available. War Machine now available. FaZe are nowhere near anything. 4 down.
So after you can tell with that 1 player left, Cell. Great awareness. If Cell can win the gunfight, which he can't, that'd have been great. We could see something magical now. War Machine's up for Temp. He's going to try to block off that passageway, zone them out with that War Machine. The shots are there. He isn't going to get much done as Scraps is going to find the kill. Huke up over the top rope. He's going to find one with a slam. Can't find anything with a hip fire. 21-17. And all of a sudden, it looks great for FaZe.
That's the best thing that FaZe could have wanted right there. The slam finds one. The War Machine finds nothing. And now you've got all the positioning. Scraps is close to his War Machine. And just like that here, FaZe, they might be down on the lives, but with the defensive side of things, it could go their way. 2-2. Cell comes in, splits the bill here. Temp finds one underground. Looney drops as well. It's absolutely manic. But FaZe will keep control, and Scraps still alive with that War Machine so close away.
He's so close. 1 more kill would get it done. Now he's going to be back on spawn. 16, 15 now to 12. These kills are ever so important. And again, the timing of these kills is ideal. Look at this aggression from Temp. Temp's like, I've had enough of this. I'm going for the jugular, baby. Puke's backing him up. Aqua's going to be there as well. They're pushing the spawns. Looney's also now in the mix. In the final moments, they're trying to bleed FaZe out. They're trying to make him tap.
And they're drawing FaZe back here. Scraps has actually got the War Machine. Zuma finds a big double kill there in the spawn, and Jerd just waiting, anticipating the play. 2 come in, and that's 3 back-to-back for FaZe here, but Temp is on the point.
Cell, he's trying to get the play in from behind. He will take care of Temp. That's a huge kill, but here come the reinforcements from Splyce. No lives left for FaZe. The battle on the other side of the map was too costly, but Scraps, he's going to pick up the bill. He's going to find Looney. And now it's 8 on 5, 40 seconds. He's got to find more with this. Look at all these members of FaZe just like mounting up on the point. They have to get something special now, something real big. The trades have got to be immaculate, and that's going to help Cell if you find another on the Jerd. Final 30 seconds at 7 of 5.
The crazy thing is the time could come into it here. Splyce have the numbers, the trades, but the time goes away, and FaZe get the first couple of kills. It could go in their favor. Trades go down. It's now a 5v2. The hopes and prayers for FaZe Clan go to Cell and Zero. Cell finds one, Zero does drop, and Cell is gonna fall. Splyce are gonna clean up there in the control, and we're gonna see another hardpoint out of these 2 teams, which I'm not sad about.
I am not sad about. I mean, if I'm honest, I went from 6 to midnight. I was looking forward to seeing them go back at it again, friends. I won't lie to you. 2-1 now in the series. God, FaZe came close. They came real close, but it's not enough to take down Splyce. So yeah, Control was okay. Control was exciting.
Not bad.
Good. I mean,
5 rounds.
You know what was the most disappointing part of Splyce? It was like, you know, 10 pops War Machine. He's like, thump, 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 clearing out pipes, you know, and then Huke's like, I got you, man. Tries to find something. You know, I'm all this talking, I'm doing my bit, but let's just watch the final moments of that hard point. This was the aggressive opener now from Splyce in the final few moments where they hit the spawn of FaZe so hard, and you watch that life count start to develop. You called a huge 2-piece from Zuma, and that's where they started to be able to breathe.
Yeah, this is where FaZe had control of the point, and this is where they started to get a couple of kills. Splyce actually, just before this clip, really, that's where they won it. They won it via the spawn trap. They got the life lead, and it all came down to the life count at the end. Put Scraps very exciting here. I thought he was just going to keep going with this War Machine. He finds one. If he kept going with that War Machine, maybe he picks up another, and it looks like he hesitates. He does go back, doesn't find anything. And then at this point, I'm like, Splyce, you go in, you make the trade, you respawn, you're good. But then, Cell finds one. He tags up the second. I think one player comes in to clean him up. But again, at this point, Splyce, they're still respawning. FaZe, sadly, are not. Trades go literally back and forth. Greater red, greater red, greater red, and Splyce find themselves at a 5v2, and at that point, you're laughing. You jump on the point, you pull out the pressure, and you close it out here. Splyce, very strong against FaZe in Game 3. We saw them in Game number 1, of course, pushing their limits on Gridlock. However, can they push a Game 5 out of FaZe Clan?
Game 5 would be very exciting, to say the least, but we're almost ready to go. Coaches are on stage, having a quick chat. And again, for Splyce, I mean, this is all learnings. This is all just growing, man. I mean, like Saiyans, they get stronger after every battle. And this next one's gonna be a battle, friends. Seaside Hardpoint. What a fantastic way for Splyce to test their rotation. What a fantastic way for Splyce to test the rotates and the kills on the run against such a dominant team, and then had to test their setups, test their holds, test the breaks. God, school is in session, friends. But if I'm honest, I think the bell's ringing soon, and I think Professor Splyce would like to go home early. Why am I like this?
I have no idea. No idea. Cannot save any of you guys. I'm sure you're all loving it back home, though. 2-1. FaZe in the lead here. And going into a hardpoint again, what was it? 20-4 or something silly. Their hardpoint record. They obviously won the first map as well. And that says a lot. It was close, by all means. Let's see what Splyce have to offer, though, as we go to Seaside. Excited to see the fast, aggressive play of Huke and Jerd once more. And there comes the shot punch.
Oh, my. Huke's still good. Trey's there. Zuma's great, though. That was fantastic work. Hip fire from that Maddox, still working out. And then we have it, FaZe with the opening kills. The hardpoint time going their way. Zero now contesting for mid-map control, trying to prevent anything from happening, hoping to flip those spawns. But so far, there we have it. Number 8, far left-hand side of the minimap. Now they're starting to spawn out. Zero makes his way forward. Perfect hardpoint play from Zero. He finds a couple more kills. He makes the intuitive read. Oh my, though. He hasn't quite managed to save spawns just yet. On the other side of the map now, we are seeing FaZe spawn out, so Zero has to win this alone, and that's going to be it. We are going to see the hold go the way of Splyce.
Just find a kill, but this is not control. It's not a life-dependent game mode here. As FaZe Clan, they find themselves in the lead after the cafe, but now trying to push through number 4 in a nice sneaky position. That's going to be Cell just inside here on the left. We, of course, have X-ray vision. As Cell peeks out, he's going to fall as well. And it's going to be interesting, the spawns here. They should spawn out, and they will do. And, of course, that being locked down by number 7, Temp. And a stronghold should see Splyce back into this game very, very shortly.
Yeah, this is a decent setup to begin with. Looney, he's willing to run this with low HP. He's not quite stimmed yet. The kills are going to come through for FaZe. They own the kill feed. Now they have the hard point.
Never mind. Forget my point. Forget it. Splyce are actually going to spawn at the back here, and this is a very dangerous position, Miles. The reason being, they spawn at the back. If FaZe can just hold them at this choke point, obviously at Church, and of course the back, they can rotate, they can get scrapped. They're not going to get that scrap time. So it's a nice fought battle from Splyce there. They're going to be able to push on through. But FaZe, Cell in particular, will have the spawns now going into this fountain hard point. And FaZe, again, a heavy advantage. This is where you're on first rotation. There's no specialist. There's no streaks on the board. It's very hard to break.
Oh, here we go. Breaks on. Jerd finds the first. Gunfire right through the middle. Huke up over the top. He's going to find one before being traded out. Huke now. He goes down. Zero's on the stairs. Asim stays alive. He finds himself too. The fight is not quite over yet as Looney, he's taken up rent in this room and he's not paying it. Temp's going to come in now, try to back him up. Looney charging away. Is there anyone there to get it done? No. Huke's going to find one again as he slides right on through to the fountain. The shots are there, but again, the position from FaZe in the back, it's so strong. It's so hard to make a dent there on fountain as Asim continues his streak of absolute dominance. 6 kills in a row for Asim. Can he find the 7th? No. Dead.
Cell does clean up, though. Finds Jerd, finds Temp, and now he's trying to push those barrels. Aqua, though, holding the line. He's going to find himself a double. And he's going to save Splyce there from a little bit more embarrassment, if you like. We do see Splyce now control the barrels. Can they get the kill feed going? There's 3 in a row for Splyce. Scraps breaks the mold as he finds himself not 1 but 2 Aqua in the back of Scraps, and this is really going to show them the spawns. Interesting enough, you see Looney now pushing out. That's going to spawn them right at the bottom of the cafe, which just simply takes time. You spawn down there, like, what do? Do you push through Church? Do you push through mid? It's difficult, it's hard, but FaZe find 3.
It was actually Huke that backed up to give his teammates the spawn, but it didn't matter in the end because FaZe, I mean, they're a flaming blade of doom plus 10, and they just cut right through the back line of Splyce. There was nowhere to go. Nowhere to go for that line either. Azuma holds the front line down effectively. A little bit of help from his friends is going to get it done, but he doesn't even need it. Still, wine barrels is a doozy, mates, and it's not over just yet. Jerd's in. Jerd almost finds 2. Huke's going to be there to pick up the 2nd. Final 15 now. We are going to go back to the first hard point, the cafe. There's a table waiting for one of these teams. However, it's a first come, first serve basis. Asim, he's going to get it. The tags are there, slams at the ready. And FaZe, on C-side in particular, they're going to start to develop a major lead here.
First come, first serve. It looked like FaZe have made a reservation down low. Acing with the double as he gets the slam out, and 120 to 72 now. A strong lead being acquired by FaZe Clan. Whether the flaming blade of doom's got to come out again, I'm not too sure. But the slam has been used, utilized, and FaZe Clan looking strong. TAC 5 boost initiated. Scraps with a war machine. Cell locking things down, but Aqua finding himself a double. And when all things said and done, Splyce still battling against this strong, dominant Hardpoint team.
Oh, they're never going to give up. Scraps war machine's up. He's not going to be able to find much. Great trophy coming through from Splyce. Huke's going to control the outside of the map. Aqua now on point in mid. Watching all angles. 2 players, though, from FaZe are about to hit from top mid. And that's what they were hoping for, actually. I think they're going to call it. They're going to hit that rotate. Zuma's going to go down. But we are going to be seeing the rotate happening now for FaZe. They will have the hard point as it flips, unless Jerd and Co can make a play right through the middle of Church. Huke now making his way through tank. Jerd's backing him up. Looney hitting the rear. Looney's gone all the way around the back as well. Temp's taking care of these players on spawn. Again, fantastic awareness from him.
No TAC mask. He's going to be out of action for a couple seconds. Aqua, though, comes to save the day. And again, we've seen FaZe dominate squads on Hardpoint. Splyce are putting up a fight here. Just 40 points behind. However, in control is going to be FaZe. Looney and Temp do fall. More control for FaZe. Aqua falls. More control for FaZe. As they stand tall, stand strong, and with 35 seconds, it's that time again. They're pinning them back in the very bad spawn that will be if FaZe can just hold on, and that's what they're doing. You see them battle for these first 30 seconds, then they're like, see you later. We're out. We're going to Fountain, and we're going to get those spawns again. FaZe have done it twice now.
Their hard point is really something to behold. Even if you make the right play against them, you're going to get just flattened, bulldozed, steamrolling when it comes to the rest of the map. Now the calm before the storm. The hardpoint is about to rip open, and here comes Splyce right into the jaws of death. It's going to be a seam, it's going to be Zuma. Jerd's Tempest is unplugged, and Zero's going to lock down the sides. Hook, what have you got? Got to make your way forward. Zero's nearly got himself a Purifier. We do have Temp's War Machine still available, still able to make something happen here. And Hook, while a slow game for him, he's very close to the slam. Can we see the break happen? Scraps has been pushed back. Unable to really make a big dent here, but Splyce is still in this.
Yeah, Splyce actually broke really well here. Scrap should have been dead a long time ago. Finally, we'll go down to Temp with 30 seconds left, though. FaZe still have the lead. Expect that Purifier to come out on barrels on the next Hardpoint War Machine at the ready for Temp. Splyce still in this here. Hugh close to another slam. Aqua near the Purifier as well. Specialists definitely favor Splyce here, but still in the lead is FaZe Clan. And Splyce has actually managed to get in here, and it's Hugh with the sword, up close and personal, finds one, nothing more. Looney trades out, and the War Machine is out.
Oh, here comes the Purifier as well. Ah! Gonna put it all out, and that's gonna be cooking. Cell's gonna find the next two, and FaZe, the flip happens. Hugh, he's gotta find big kills here. That's a big kill, but it's not enough to get any more done. It wasn't a meal. Scraps, he's now gonna hold down the back. And you can see this positioning now start to develop. Oh my, Scraps, his watch is ended as teammates are dying around him. He let one get through. Can Scraps? Oh my, he almost found two out of that. And Splyce are within now spitting distance of getting back into the lead.
40 seconds left as well. They've got plenty of time to take the lead and getting a nice advantage going into that cafe. 30 seconds left. Battling back and forward. Hugh still finds himself a double. Isn't using that slam now, so anticipate that to come out very, very shortly. Maybe down at the next hard point. But that's the only specialist in play as we speak. 20 seconds left. Splyce looking to take the lead. Still controlling the hard point. And you see FaZe now almost just trying to stop the bleeding. They will rotate. They will be set up here at the next one. But can a slam break through?
Who's still got a slam to break through? Nades up for Temp. Jerd gets it done with his Sorg. And now Temp trying to find the entry. A seam's going to skid him, and that's going to be big. 190 now. The lead will go back towards FaZe, but here comes Hook. Here he comes with the slam. He's going to find one on the back, and it may be enough to break this hard point. There is only one member of FaZe left. That's going to be Scraps. He's cleaned out. The reinforcement shot. Zuma! He gets put on his back. 40 seconds now. We could see something special. Splyce, how long can they hold this against the might of FaZe as they surge forward?
4-kill streak for Hugh here. He has opened the doors, and now he's trying to close them. Temp finds one, can't find the double. Scraps battling back and forward. He finds a double, and he's still alive. Plenty still to play for here. We will see a rotation, and again, it currently favors FaZe, but the kill feed is all Aqua, all Splyce. You start to see those players maybe push on through barrels. Interestingly enough, FaZe, they've given it up with 10 seconds left. Splyce, they're going to be in spin distance now of taking this and pushing this to a map number 5.
Map number 5 would be oh so exciting. So, never yet. Looney, a nice 2. The screaming nature of the Columbus studio right now. Aqua. Sorry, you maybe can hear at home. Right now, everyone is screaming their lungs out in this building. Aqua's trying to make that frontline work out. Temp's going to find himself a second. Jerd on the outside of the map. Closes down Dark. He's the Dark Lord in the corridor. Seam just goes down with a little bit of help from Hugh. And this is it. Splyce have done it against FaZe. That's a big win. That's an exciting sign of potential for a squad that we have heralded as one of the greats on paper. Now they're starting to live up to the name. Can they go further? You know they're feeling themselves. You know they're pumped. But it's still early days.
I mean, they've taken 2 respawns off a FaZe Clan. That is what it comes down to right now. We're going into Game 5, a search and destroy, and Splyce have taken the control. They've taken the hardpoint. Yes, very, very close maps, as was the first. I can see this, and I know you've been very excited to have the whole FaZe 100 Thieves battle. Temp with a flex. On main stage here, but I am just excited to see more respawns between these two titans.
Yeah, we're all excited to see Splyce going at it against some of the best in the business, and now we get a chance to see a Game 5 up against FaZe Clan now, tied up 2-2. When we come back, friends, the exciting conclusion to this series. Idly ho, neighborinos, and welcome back to the Call of Duty World League. We're now going into a Game 5 against Splyce and FaZe. Now, this will be the final map of our third series of the night. The fourth one coming a bit later on. That's going to be 100 Thieves versus EG. Whoa, my! New Splyce roster's looking okay. They've come... well, they came very, very close to winning the first Hardpoint. It was, what, 238, I think? 228, 238, something like
points
that.
In there.
Yeah, and the search was close enough for the control, obviously they won, and if you've just joined us, they managed to win the Hardpoint there against FaZe, which is very exciting if you're a Splyce fan. Still, friends, now Search and Destroy. Where do we go, Phil?
I think you look at this and you're kind of worried for FaZe as, you know, potential reverse sweep on the card. You're also worried because it's Search and Destroy and it's FaZe. However, game number 2, or map 2, should I say, did go FaZe's way. They won that Search and Destroy, and I'm sure they've been working on it, not only at Anaheim, through Anaheim, or whatever it may be, but he's big chilling. It's none other than Matty Marshall.
I saw him tweeting about this, and he was like,
what is he doing?
I'm not even joking, man. One of the best things I've ever bought. It's going to drain me phone battery down about 10%. Mate, I love it.
He is chilling.
Now he's just cooling off in between these matches. Doesn't want to burn out, but my, that ridiculous. Anyway,
hilarious.
Map 5 coming up next, friends.
I need one of those, man.
We're in a good spot if we're Splyce fans, I must admit. Exciting performance there on Seaside. I think they can carry that momentum in a great way. Arsenal was a little cut and dry at times. It was very much a shut series, or shut map rather, should I say, at 6-3. Still, Payload. Oh, Payload. The breaker of hearts. I believe we're going to Iceland for Payload.
Close.
Is it? No, it's Iceland. I'm sure we've done this before. This is the second time I've had this conversation on the Pro League about what map.
Last time you said it was in Finland or something.
It's
Everyone just never questions it because Miles likes to talk rubbish. However, as we're already into round number 1, 90 seconds on the clock, you've had an array of maps of Seaside, Frequency, Arsenal, Gridlock. Now we're on Payload, and Jerd's got the first blood.
He finds the first. Temp. Check your corners, Temp. Doesn't find it. Huke's going to go down to a combined effort from FaZe there, and now it's a 4-on-3. Slowed this one right down. Aqua and Jerd going to be locking down the back. Looney's managed to take top catwalk control, so he's got a nice high ground advantage, being able to watch over his teammates as they plant that bomb. Note the positioning from FaZe right now. They're going to be spread out. They've got 3 lanes of attack to hit. Scraps is going to be out in the snow. They are going to try and hunt him down there. Number 1. Oh my, it's just gone around him. 2 ships quietly passing in the night. They had no idea. Looney goes down. Uh-oh, an unfortunate trade. Aqua can't quite get it done. That'd have been great for Splyce, but Jerd, he could possibly fight the retake. He has a frag grenade to work with.
He certainly does. 18 seconds left. Diffuse must come in. They know where he is. Zuma pushes, but he has the backup here. Diffuse will come through, and for anyone who actually cares, it is Iceland. Miles was absolutely right. Had to check.
Was it really?
It was.
Yes!
I was like, I'm sure it's something different. I think last time you just made up a country, and I was like, hang on a second. Then we found out where it was.
No. It's like, yeah, this one's set in Latveria.
Listen, if there's any stats that Miles just brings up, Google search him. Make sure they're right.
Latveria is a real place, okay? Dr. Doom rules Latveria, okay? Anyway, what is going on? FaZe in the round.
Is that with his fire blockade of doom?
+10. Oh god, today's been great.
Today's been a lot of fun.
Nowhere near done. We're nowhere near done.
Got
today.
100 Thieves coming up next against EG.
Where's my hoodie? Anyway, free game.
Round 2. FaZe win the first. And again, it was all up to Jerd there. Potentially could have done it with a bomb, and where it was located, he had the right weaponry. Or with a frag in his back pocket. Where's he going to put this?
This is going to be a bow. There's fisticuffs in the pipe. Looney's there. Nice covering fire. 0. Perfect crossfiring again. And this is big. Huke's got to find something. Can't get it done. All he finds is the butt of Cilium's Sorg. Cool luck comes through. 2 members now left for Splyce. It's going to be Temp and Aqua as the bomb goes down. Zero's in a really important role. He has to make sure he watches the back. Did he see that player? Aqua's going to get it. That's going to be a 2-on-2 now.
The answer is no, he didn't. Aqua taking him by surprise there. Bomb not down just yet. Currently in the hands of Asim. Cell's actually on 3-0, so he's maybe working towards streaks. A little bit far off just now, but who knows?
Look at the
rotation, yeah, going down both towards A.
Oh, but look at this FaZe. They might just be like, look, let's just clean out B. I like it from Splyce, but
they've got a frag and a trophy here. Once the bomb is down there, them set up pretty well. This is where you stick together. There's the trophy. Making sure nothing can come on up.
They want this to be a one-way street for the projectiles. That nade's great. It's not going to find anyone. Temp, though. Uh-oh. Temp, I'm sorry to say, mate. Yum, yum. Oh, no. It manages to land. Aqua's there to find the trade. Now it's a one-on-one. Temp just catches the Achilles heel of Celium. It was his weak spot. He didn't know it, but now he does. 15 seconds to get the defuse. That's done. That's going to be around for Splyce, and I will say... what happened to the trophy system?
EMP.
Yeah?
I was going to say when you...
What happened?
I was going to say the trophy went down, the EMP went down, the frag went out, the cluster went out, and it was like, wow,
mate,
what a beautiful concoction of grenades, lethals, and everything in between.
You're trying to do me right now. Phil's shaking his head, by the way, guys, just in case you're wondering.
We're here on Iceland.
Oh, my God. Gas me up, Phil.
But yes, it was the EMP to answer your question.
Amazing. Amazing, though.
Trophy's great and all. When an EMP sneaks on through...
And it did sneak.
On through. Round 3, here we go. All tied up, series and round count. Splyce looking for the reverse sweep. What a way to start off. A new roster. As Temp said, the start of something special, or along those lines.
Super aggressive opening play from Splyce, and it has been met handedly by FaZe. They're going to find the trades, and they're going to win them out. Zuma, he's had a great round so far, 4-1. Luke's trying to find the plane from behind. Aqua, that's bad time to reload, my friend. I'm sorry. Don't mess the jump up. Doesn't do a karma. He stays alive.
Doesn't hit its head on the metal above.
The Momo.
Or
just slide off and die like Pristini has. That catwalk,
I mean, that's...
has claimed some of the best.
Bomb's going down, but is it going to be enough? Players looking on over. Oh, beautiful covering fire from Aqua there. Not connecting, but just doing his job, and that job just enabling his teammate to stay alive, and now has the cover. Confusion at the finest. You guys no idea. Back and forth, just stay alive. Quick stim shot, and he's going to be taken from the side, and that being Scraps. My goodness, so aggressive there. Aqua did have that covering fire over the top, but it was simply not enough. 2v3, and a round again will go to FaZe Clan.
There's only so much you can do in that situation. And again, Aqua's role in the covering fire, as you said, Phil, you're like, he's up top, he's just rat-a-tat-tatting that
Didn't
ICR.
say that.
Didn't you? That's what I heard. But yeah, that position was great. I mean, until he goes down. He has to stay in that window in order to keep Puke alive, in order to keep Puke in the game. And
yeah.
Scraps, perfect timing on the play there. Good stuff there from FaZe again. They're learning.
5, 9, 7.
They're stronger
3.
than Anaheim. Don't know. It's a Britney Spears song, I think.
Wouldn't know. FaZe, though, trying to, of course, improve on their Anaheim performance going into Miami, going into Champs. This is a team that is looking for a trophy, looking for the glory. And honestly, their respawns, they look fantastic. But Splyce, this new roster, have taken 2 of those respawns away from them. Could FaZe win a series off 2 search and destroys? Who would have thought?
Life's a simulation, Phil. Still, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see that Square Cloud tweet the other day. Still, slow round from both teams. I mean, this is real slow. Splyce on the defense. All you can hear is the wind before Temp's ICR starts ringing out, and there we go. That shot has just given everyone on FaZe the go. We're going to head back over to B. It's going to come down to Looney now. And boy, could Looney find himself a lot of players on the pick in Scraps. Takes a 50 cal to the chest. He's good, though. Quick stim, back into it. Oh, the timing. She knows 50 cal ICR shots. That's huge.
Yeah, doesn't really miss when he does connect, but didn't find enough bullets.
My God.
Solo with the double. Now trying to regain. The bomb will go down. It's a 5v3 favoring FaZe. Temp down to just a slither of health here. And now FaZe have that bomb down. They've got the map control. Sniper in the hands of one, and Looney and Temp to answer back now. 2v3 potential here. As one goes down, it's all going to be up to Looney, and FaZe should be able to close this round out, no problem. And Cell on another 3-kill streak, his second of the game.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay for Splyce. It would have been better if the trades were there, but payload, it's corridors and small rooms.
Yeah.
It's so hard, unless you're in a great position, a catwalk position where we saw the round end there for the members of FaZe, where they can help out. I mean, it does help that Cell picks up kills like that.
I hate to jump to conclusions and, FaZe take this, but how disappointed can you be if you Splyce, if you lose 3-2 and you take a hard point and a control off FaZe Clan? You can't be too disappointed. You must go away and start to think, guys, like, that was incredible. we scrimmed like 3 times, and we're taking 2 maps off of a team, of a what, top 4 team at this current state.
And definitely a team that plays hardpoints very, very well. So unless FaZe are doing something real different, and again, that's something for the coaches to inform us on. Sky's the limit right now for Splyce. Heavy contest coming forwards towards that A site on the offensive now, but then from behind, 2 members of FaZe on the flank. Cell, he's going to be backed up now by Zuma as they make their way in. If they haven't already, now they know the jig is up. Temp's going to be executed from behind. Huke's up next. The other half of the Dream Team. Cell, he's not going to be able to get it done just yet, but the contest is there. The gunfights are going down, and it's just going to be an absolute massacre as they manage to punch their way out the back. Splyce live to fight another day, 4v3.
Yeah, nice bait and switch from Splyce there at the back. You saw the players come through. Huke actually finalizes the kill. Now with the time ticking away, the bomb does go down. So that 20 seconds, now 45. As we see a potential 3v4 retake. Zero seem scraps here. Lot to work with. However, got 4 players in front of him.
Wow, and it's all gone Splyce. It's all gone Splyce. I did not expect that. Scraps us off. That's going to be a good round. I can't believe that went Splyce. What the hell happened there?
Splyce, I mean, having the numbers, having the bomb down, they were in the prime position. And again, Cell might have found this beautiful... I tell you what, my Maddox does not shoot like this. Look, that doesn't move. I'm sure there's a reason why, but I'm just going to stick to the fact that his Maddox is different than mine. But what a beast that he is. Cell right now, trying to ride it on home and deny that reverse sweep for Splyce. New roster looking good here. Round number 6, just 1 between them. Cell already 9 kills in 5 rounds.
Zero had a huge one in the control. Not enough to get the win. Now he's having a slow start. Looney on his own, overwhelmed. As he's taken down there, it's going to be a 5-on-4 with a bomb. Goes down at B. Great work from Jerd to come in. Very, very nimble kill there on the Zuma. He's going to make it a 4-on-4. Now Temp, once again, can't check the corner as Zero. He finds his 2nd kill of the map.
Temp's going to be pissed.
He's
going to be real angry.
Whoa, Jerd. Hits the deck on the stairs. Asim's up next. It's a 1-on-3 for FaZe to take their 4th round win. And that was real back and forth, and Zero played it patient there in the little doorway, making sure...
I hope it's the best play. I really do. I really hope it's the best play.
Just sitting there.
Scraps denies it, though, as he finds a double, I think. Well, Zero, yeah. Again, you can laugh all you like, but it's the positioning. Catches a player out. Clearly a setup here for FaZe. And they're trying to deny this reverse sweep, as I keep mentioning. FaZe Clan, can they do it? As they're into the next round, you see on the screens here, just 2 rounds away, 4-2.
Try as they might, we're going to see a 5-man hit towards B right now. And it's only going to be, there's only 3 members on defense, but now it comes down to Asim with a Sorg. They're in, they're right on top of the bomb site. Anticipating the over-aggression there with a stun, but now they're going to see the slow back down. I mean, that was a very ambitious bite there of the orange for Splyce in a bid to peel it. But now we're going to see him back down again. Try to reposition. This is going to allow FaZe to reinforce the point and try and catch them out on the flank, though. I
mean, look at FaZe's map control right now. They've literally pinned them back in their own spawn. It all comes down to those first bloods by all means and who gets the kills, but Splyce aren't in a great position. They're pinned back. Number 9, very heavy flank. Zero could get a kill from the same position in the enemy spawn at this rate. Cell finds another. Huke falls this time. 35 seconds, time is ticking. Cell from behind, he's got 11 kills to his name. We're only 7 rounds in.
That's ridiculous. 25 seconds left.
It's close to his Tempest.
Zuma, we saw him hit that hard wrap once more. Now he goes for a quick foot race towards A. Scraps is going to be there first. Potential to deal a tremendous amount of damage to these players. On the quick rotate there is Jerd. He spotted him. The nade is up. He has the chance to make it happen, but there's the kill. Jerd's going to go down. Oh, he finds Aqua. And now it's a 2v2. That's unfortunate. The team kills there. Oh, no! Temp can't get it done, Jerd. Just gets the bomb down with 0.8 seconds left. Can he find the kills? He gets one. He can't get the second. Round 7. And now match point goes to FaZe.
Match point, also 3 kills that round. Also, Cell now has the Tempest going into this one. I mean, the most important kill for me there was Cell on rotation, got a kill, I believe, onto Temp, and he turns just before he gets it. He must have known he was there. Jerd finds 3-1 being his teammate at this point, but beats out Scraps. Has a nice position over the bomb there, but unfortunately puts just 1 bullet in his teammate.
I think, to be honest, at that point, Aqua's dead.
Oh, yeah, for
He's
sure.
dead. Like, we can't hold that over him. He's just dead. Jerd tried his best.
And I like what he did here. He got really aggressive to try and get that first kill quickly. He does that. But again, Cell too smart to just let one player run on in on his own, so...
Yeah, he called it. From the position he was in, kills Temp, immediately gets on the rap with his teammates, immediately gets into the fight for the bomb site. And now we're at match point. Splyce have got to rip 4 straight rounds in order to win this map 5. FaZe need only 1.
And I think the first Ocean Destroyer was, what, 6-3? Is it in favour of, FaZe, sorry? They've actually been really good on the S&D, to be fair. However, it's a massacre in the pipes. Aqua just leaves 0 alive, and this round has been 20 seconds, and we've already seen 6 drop. 0 more than likely looking to slip and slide off the map.
Aqua found 3 in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was rocking a KN. I might have been wrong in that, but he just deleted a couple players. We'll probably seen the best play because his name was all over the kill feed.
You're right, he was on the KN.
It's a Miles Ross special, that.
Hey, it's that sweet spot here, that mid-range. You outshoot an ICR at that range. Oh, they were trying to get away. Great work from Aqua. Again, great. And that's an intuitive play. That's like, we know they're on the retreat. I'm just going to push him.
Yeah.
He got gifted
and weak.
too there.
Yeah.
And weak. That man on your screen gives us another round for Splyce. Round 9. Can they repeat it? 5-man stacks towards B. Didn't quite work out. They were hesitant in the play after that. FaZe have gone for the exact same play. Now we're seeing a Seam in a totally different position with a different weapon and a different outcome already. That's going to be a quick trade up front.
I think that's the best the Seam can ask for as well. He actually took down one with him. Splyce will be a bit sad about losing the player, but they've got the control now. And FaZe do the same thing. They start to pinch them in and push them into a very awkward position. Cell has a Tempest, which, don't get me wrong, it is great at some points, it's terrible at others, but it'd be nice to see it come out just for the sake of it. Nice angle from Zero here.
He hasn't been spotted either. Oh, he's backed up. Interesting. He hadn't been spotted. Now they might
Tempest.
him. There you go. Tempest is out. There's blood on the snow, and it belongs to Splyce. Looney's going to try to trade. Can't quite get it done. It now falls to Aqua on his own. Finds the 1v1 gunfight, however. We do have 30 seconds left in 1v2. He has the bomb. Cell's Tempest is out and about. Over 50% complete now. He won't really be able to use that in this engagement unless, oh my, 17 seconds. He's watching it. 1 on B, 1 on A. This is great. Tempest is up. Aqua's got to arm. He's got to arm now. I think this round is over. And there we have it. FaZe. They may drop the hard points. They dropped the control. But they managed to close it out there in the search and destroy. And for Splyce, it has to be said, that's not a terrible loss by any stretch.
No, certainly isn't. I will say, great practice for Splyce here, going up against one of the best in the world here. FaZe, though, getting it done, denying the reverse sweep, but Splyce, they must go back to the drawing board, and, you know, where they were probably very, very soon before this. Talking about strategy, what went wrong, what they did so well in the control, in the hard point as well, because let's not forget how good FaZe Clan are. And again, I don't think this is the end of, you know, Splyce playing teams like FaZe to their very best in gunfires. Just Miami around the corner, you got Champs, you got the rest of Cross Division. I'm very excited to see more of the Splyce roster, if I'm honest. And of course, FaZe, they're fantastic. You know, it's not an old roster by any means, but they're looking so strong as always.
It's weird though, I still feel like FaZe are a very new roster, nonetheless. I mean, London was their first event, and that was, what, back in April, I think? I forget.
Couple months, that's it.
Fair enough. Couple of months at least, yeah. I mean, and they've got, what, a couple of weeks of Pro League. They've had 2 events together now, and they're only getting better. Talking about FaZe, talking about players, talking about Scraps. He's going to be our player on stage with Jess for our PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thanks, Miles. So before this match, you said, oh, Splyce are 10 times better now that they've got Hook. So what was your attitude and your expectations heading into this match?
Well, obviously there's a lot of hype around Donnie and Kyler being back together. Well, I remember last year there was they was on the same team, and obviously they wasn't the greatest. So we're just coming here with all confidence, same as these boys. We just played really well at Anaheim. We beat them twice at Anaheim, so we just said play with confidence, and we should do the same thing, which we did.
Overall, how do you feel about this win? Were there any takeaways?
Oh my God, we was throwing so bad. The third map and the fourth map, don't even get me started on it. When we put the vision pulse on the control, to win 3-1, we decided to just say, yeah, here's the game, threw that away. And then on the hard point on Fountain Hill, they kept 5-manning up the mid alley. And I was screaming it every time. No one was picking it up, and we were just getting broke so easy. So I think we should have won. We should have won 3-0, 3-1. But either way, they're a really good team, and we took a lot away from that series.
You still took the win, which is the important part. So what are you expecting? What are you hoping for the remainder of the week?
Well, we play 100 Thieves tomorrow. Obviously, we're the 2 best respawn teams, even though we've just been throwing them like crazy there. But should be a really good series. I think we match up really well. We have 2 really good Maddox players, so do they. Same with the ICR players and same with the SOG players, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Jess. And now FaZe Clan coming on top there, 3-2 over Splyce with the addition of Hook. But Pac-Man, do you agree with what Scraps just said there in the interview, that they threw away maps 3 and 4?
No. Nah. I feel like, I mean, that speaks from a place of confidence. Yeah. Whenever you're on the team, I'm sure Splyce will be like, we threw away map 1. Yep. So that's just what happened. You just lost. And I mean, but they won both Search and Destroys, which you didn't talk about. That's something that they weren't doing before. Yeah. And to me, that's a major takeaway. Even though they were playing a new team, they're only replacing 1 player. So to win both Search and Destroys, that's really important for FaZe.
Especially when you got Celium dropping 13 kills the last map. Guy had a Tempest. It's something you usually don't see. The teamwork throughout this entire series, that first map, they dominated that 4th hill. It was 94-3. That was the reason why they won that first map. And then obviously in S&Ds, they're just a team that's way more prepared than Splyce. They're trying to learn the routes, trying to figure out strats as they go.
Yeah, in terms of the series, I mean, obviously, we saw sort of the struggles that Splyce can deal with not having that secondary AR player. And, you know, once it got to the smaller maps, it was like Temp was able to go off. And, you know, Aqua also had a pretty good series throughout the entire time. But, you know, when it got to Seaside and got to those frequency, we saw them able to step up and win those 2 maps. And I think once they get their map beatles down and they get, you know, more comfortable with the double ICR setups on those bigger maps like Gridlock, they'll be able to have, you know, an easier time closing games out, because it was still very close. Like, the map 1 was lost by 12 points. They could have definitely won that, and they started out pretty slow as well. So I think once they get a little bit more,
it just came down to that last showers break that they were not able to get. And I mean, a lot of games come down to that moment. But if Splyce played a little bit better in the mid game, it wouldn't have gotten to that point. Yeah. But FaZe is a really good team, so I think that Splyce has a lot of positives to take away from this loss.
Absolutely.
Knowing that they lost both Search and Destroys. They won 2 respawns against a really good respawn team.
That is true, and definitely for their first showing, I mean, going the distance, almost reverse sweeping, is an excellent way to start things off. Like, of course, a win would be preferred, but by all standards,
I mean, yeah, they look fantastic. On the side of FaZe, though, I feel like we should talk about these guys more. Like, winning 2 Search and Destroys for this team, that was like something that I don't think we've seen them win 2 Search and Destroys in a series. So, I mean, that's very impressive. And even in this map right here, we saw them setting up team pushes, team pinches, something they were not doing before. They were relying on 1 player to like make a big play, and you know, that's something that we knew was going to happen going in, like, to this roster when it was formed, because they have a lot of those surge stars who like to go out there and make that first play. But now they're finally actually coordinating those pinches. Like that last round, we saw them pinch them out on snow, go all the way around, take their time. That was well played. They took their time.
And Zero was on the tractor. Yeah, he was on the tractor, and instead of actually staying to fight like maybe a 1v1, which could have become a 1v2 fight very easily, he backed up and worked with Scraps in the back. And that's what you see a lot of the great Search and Destroy teams do, and that FaZe wasn't doing. So if they can do that consistently, that's huge for them.
And to that point, I believe we mentioned it earlier, where they had an 8-12 S&D record since the Pro League split. So obviously coming back here and improving on that considerably.
Yeah, I mean, that's an abysmal record. You're not going to win an event with that type of Search and Destroy record, and that's what held them back at the last event as well. It's just like, you can't win Search.
That's why they got bounced out.
Exactly.
By Optic.
Reverse swept.
Almost, but
almost
they did hold off Splyce this time. So.
But the fact that they got so many reps in at Anaheim, especially on that Arsenal S&D, they played Optic on it. They ended up beating Optic on that map. They played it throughout that entire weekend. It was just great performances out of that.
So right here is that round we're talking about. You can see sort of the patience on the side of FaZe, where the guys that were holding B didn't get too aggressive, and the guys around that pinch, they waited for Splyce to back up and try to get those kills, and they bled him out to the point where they have a 2 versus 1 now. It was actually 3v1. Aqua just won that one-on-one gunfight, but there's only 20 seconds left in the round, and he has to get bombed down. So you know, that was well played out of FaZe to take their time and actually execute those kills properly and not throw their lives away after they got them.
I actually like this decision too from FaZe to split up here too, because Salim has a Tempest. So if he loses B, something's really wrong. And then obviously Zuma, the other player, took a long route to the outskirts where he wasn't going to take any fights at A, even if Aqua was there. I think that was a really good decision to close out that map.
On a note too, I mean, of course, FaZe Clan coming out on top, you can see it in the series layout. All of these were really back and forth. All of them were close and definitely very competitive between these two teams. But on the side of Splyce, then obviously, yes, FaZe Clan won, and that's great for them. On the side of Splyce, is there anything, Nameless, that you saw that might have been a little worrying, or was it pretty much all positive?
It's going to be the double ARs on the bigger maps, like Gridlock, like Arsenal. That's something that I was worried about going in and something I'm worried about after the map. I think after, you know, a couple scrims and some time, they'll be fine. I think these players are very versatile and they'll figure it out. Might have to change it up, have some players switch it up, but yeah, I think that's the only thing that concerned me. And their search and destroy, obviously losing 6-3 twice. They only changed one player. To John's point, like, you shouldn't be getting beaten search and destroy by that big of a margin by a very mediocre, actually bad search and destroy team. So that's something they definitely need to fix going forward as well.
All right, we do have one more series left for you. That is going to be 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses, our CWL Anaheim champions, back-to-back, going up against, you saw it there, EG. And again, the day has been a day of 3 1s and a Game 5 there, with FaZe Clan coming out 3-2 over Splyce to win it, leading into our last series. So when we're coming back, we'll be talking 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses.